Greetings, fellow humans. Well, the costume pieces I had time to finish have been finished, and the Foundation's revealed contest submission deadline has been and gone. So I thought it might be worthwhile, both for myself and for anyone who's curious about what the experience was like, or is considering taking part in the contest in the future, for me to do a little bit of reflecting on my experience of creating an entry and chat a bit about what I'll take away from it all. What can I say about this? This has made a huge difference to how confident I feel sewing, my knowledge and abilities, but also just how much more willing and how much braver I feel about tackling new projects or challenging projects. This entire thing has been a huge learning experience. My stitching is much neater than it used to be in terms of hand stitching and machine stitching. My understanding of patterns and how they go together has significantly increased. I think, to be honest, my ability to research dress history has increased because I've done some research, probably not enough for this project really. You know, actual historical garment makers do significant amounts of research and are hugely knowledgeable, whereas I predominantly looked at images and did my damnedest to recreate what I saw from the time period, as opposed to like doing particularly large amounts of research about extant garments, etc. I'm really proud of myself and what I've achieved with this project. If you'd asked me in December 2020 if I thought I was capable of making an entire late Victorian, early Edwardian outfit in 6 weeks, I would have said no. I don't think I would have thought that I could do that, but I did. I'm a bit bummed and I'm a bit frustrated with myself that I didn't manage to make the waistcoat that I wanted to. This is a habit that I have, looking at the things that I've done and the things I've achieved and specifically finding all of the issues with it, or all of the points that I fell down, all of the mishaps or things that are missing. But I did make an outfit, and in total, like, it's very easy for me to go, oh yeah, you know, I made an outfit, but it's not just an outfit, it's an outfit and a huge collection of undergarments. Like, I made bloomers, a corset cover, a petticoat, a skirt and a blouse. Like, I made, what's that, 5 items for this project, and that is no easy feat. 5 items. Most of them are quite large and take quite a lot of time. So I did an admirable job. I didn't achieve everything that I wanted to, and I definitely could have done certain things better. I've never done anything like this before. I've never attempted something like this before. I chucked everything I had into it, and I think I did a damn good job. If I was going to do something like this in the future, say if, probably next year when I do the Foundations Revealed contest again, I think I'm going to plan earlier. I mean, I didn't even know that this existed until it was announced, and thought about it for a few weeks before I started, so I did not use all of my time effectively. Should I want to do this again in future, I think I'm going to spend some time pondering long before the announcement of the opening of the competition to do some deciding about what kind of thing I would like to make, in what era, and have more time to prepare, because I'm definitely learning with sewing and making in general that the more time you spend preparing, the more effective you can be when you are actually doing the making part, which I kind of knew, but I hate prep. I'm not good at it and I find it boring. I am bad with things I find boring. It's been a journey. I kind of feel like the end of this is going to leave a bit of a gaping hole in my creative life, because I was very focused on getting all of this done by a set deadline, and deadlines really motivate me, so I need to do some figuring about what I'm going to do moving forward, what is going to fill the hole that this giant sewing project has left. And it will probably be more giant sewing projects, to be honest, or other similar making processes. I think I quite like making projects that span a couple of videos. I love doing individual videos as well, but there's something about kind of creating a series that feels oh so satisfying. I think I might finish the job on this. Like, I wanted to make my waistcoat and I couldn't make it in time for the deadline, but I think I still want to make it on principle. And like, I was doing a lot of looking into corsetry and corset making and, you know, Edwardian ribbon corsets and flat front corsets, and I've never tried to make a corset before. I don't really know anything about it other than the very brief research that I've done and videos that I've watched from other people who do actually know their stuff. So there's a part of me that really does want to challenge myself and make a corset for this outfit. The corset that I'm currently wearing, I can show you. The corset that I'm currently wearing is a mesh corset that I bought from a modern corset retailer, and they are wonderful. I will go and find their online store and link it in the description, because I have a few of their corsets, and personally I find that they are really well shaped. A lot of modern corsets are quite flat and the boning is so stiff that it doesn't really give you shape, whereas these are cut in such a way and have their waist tapes in such a place that they are very flexible, they are very comfortable, they mold to your shape really well, and I really enjoy them. I felt like it was good enough as a undergarment to help support this overall project, because making all of the items that I made plus a corset would have been very challenging, particularly because corset fitting is a complex process. While there are archives of Victorian and Edwardian corset patterns, particularly from, I think it's called the Symington collection, those patterns need adjusting to your measurements if you're going to make them for yourself. And I have quite dramatic measurements. I think at the moment my waist is 33 inches or so, and my hips are about 45. I think my most recent bust measurement was around 41 or something, so finding a corset pattern that would be appropriate for me off the bat is very unlikely, and I would need to do quite a lot of alteration, I would assume, to correctly fit that pattern to me, particularly my chest, because I know that a lot of late Victorian, early Edwardian corsets had space for hip padding, so on me, I might just leave those measurements as is, because it would probably actually fit my hips. I'm so glad that I undertook this project, and although there were many moments of frustration that I will not deny, I'm really proud of the things that I made. They are not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't care that they're not perfect. I am proud of what I have created, and I think I'm now capable of being much braver about the future projects that I'm going to tackle because of having done this, both because of the scale of what I've done and the increase in my abilities and confidence. So basically, what I'm saying is, take on big projects that seem scary. Technically, for what I wanted to do of make an entire outfit, including all of the undergarments and the outer garments, I failed. And I'm fine with that, because I've succeeded in so many ways along the way. So set big goals is what I would say. That is the lesson I've learned from this, because setting big goals means even if you fail catastrophically and you fall short, you threw yourself into something and you made brave steps towards something that mattered to you. And if you succeed, well then holy well done you. I also feel like I did a pretty damn good job recreating what I had imagined and creating an outfit that actually matches up pretty damn well with my costume sketch. It was a big project. I've fallen short on what I wanted to achieve, but in many ways I have achieved much more than I expected to. I am proud, I am happy, I am quite astonished that I managed this, to be honest. This has been a magical time. I'm so glad that I undertook this. Anyway, if you're just tuning into this video and have no clue what I'm talking about, there is a playlist where you can look at me attempting to make all of the items in this late Victorian, early Edwardian outfit. If you followed me along on this journey, then I hugely appreciate the time you spent with me. Keep hanging out because I really enjoyed this, and I'm sure I'm going to make more historical garments after this, including making that waistcoat and that corset. If you're new here and you enjoyed this video, then subscribe to my channel and check out the other nonsense I get up to. If you enjoyed this video particularly, you may be interested in my Patreon. I put out a post-project vlog for every single creative project that I do. So every piece that I made of this outfit, there is a post-project vlog on my Patreon. If you like these talky, let's ruminate on the creative process things, that is the place to be. So I hope you decide to stick around, but whether you do or not, I hope everything is okay in your world, and I will see you guys next time. These always go philosophical. Why do they always go philosophical? Well, apparently I have tea downstairs, so I'll be going to get that in a minute. That's the thing. Very long seams. Try again. Yeah, that's fine. I'm having a hard time with it, apparently. Check out my saucy Victorian undies. Yeah.